Right, so first trading day of the new year. Wasn't a good one. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't a good one at all, really. I think this sort of sets the scene. The market's just open, we're looking at gold. We've taken a short here, which was obviously a mistake. We've come up, we've hit a doji previous 5 minute candle. When I got into the trade, it was looking, bearish on the 5 minute chart 'cause it was starting to put a wick in at the top and then it was starting to push down. It didn't work. Yeah, it was just simple as that. It didn't work, but it was quite a tight stop, so it was not really an issue. We should, yeah. The idea was we felt like it was going to pull back. We should have waited for the pullback and then take the long because you are in an uptrend. Shorting an uptrend, not really a good idea, but yeah, whatever. Right, so market's been open a little while. We were working, so we weren't really able to do trade at the times that we'd like to, but those arrows just just playing into the downtrend that's taking place on gold. I think we got into it. Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that was a nice trade. To be fair, did well with that one. Can't argue. Momentum in the market, though. The market's moving, and I think that's what caught us out afterwards. Right, this one, we got stopped out of this one. I think I was looking at this on two different time frames. This is a 1 minute time frame, and I was also looking at the 5 minute time frame, and they were very, very conflicting. This is obviously chopping to fuck, which is something that happens to me so much at the moment because I tend to trade a little bit later on due to work and stuff. So as a result, the big moves have already happened. There's been a big sell-off on gold at open. Same with the Nasdaq, to be fair, big sell-offs, and then it's just chopping for the rest of the day. So which is usually when I arrive at the computer, so that's the problem. But yeah, this just dragged on for fucking ages. This just absolutely went on and on and on with itself. So the confliction was 1 minute time frame. We're looking bullish. We're making these higher highs, higher lows. I don't know. Is that a bull flag? Maybe. Who knows? We've come. Found a bit of support on previous resistance. Looking to the left is what I was thinking. But then in the 5 minute chart, it just looked like a massive bear flag. I mean, if I were on the ball, I'd have got out of it there. But yeah, it just ended up doing a massive, massive candle down on me. Obviously, because I think I have noticed that when there's a lot of consolidation, when the market starts chopping like this, when it does move, it usually moves big with a massive candle. But it had like a big 1 minute candle, and then it just chopped straight back up, back into the range. So I think it was one of those instances where you could take a long and a short and get stopped out of both. So yeah, that was that one. Right, this one's a bit better. We took this one on the ES. Actually starting to move. So we've got those fair value gaps to the left, those green candles up. And we're coming down. But chopping, down, up, down, up, down, up. Fuck off. So, yeah. Yeah, I think... To be fair, I felt like I was a lot more disciplined today, in fairness, so that is definitely a positive. I wasn't revenge trading, I wasn't, starting to increase contract sizes, because we have had a red day, despite smaller contract sizes. It was like minus 300 quid or something, I'm pretty sure. It was something like that. So it really wasn't good. But yeah, just felt like every trade we put on was just going to go and stop us out today. And I think it's been like that for a little while, unfortunately, and I can't decide whether... I don't think the markets are moving as well as they used to. I'm not able to trade it at the time that I used to be able to. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe my discipline definitely has taken a nosedive. So I think if I can change that, then the other things will work themselves out. So yeah, but this one was all right. We trailed it with our stop loss. Ended up not getting as much as we would have wanted to, because we trailed it with our stop loss, because I just didn't trust it to actually go anywhere. So there you go. Right, dodgy trade this one. Took a short on gold, looking at the 15-minute chart, looking at that overall swing structure, with making lower lows, lower highs, and yeah, this was just the time when it's started to pull back. Move back up instead. The thing is, as well, I think, when you actually look at it, to be fair, it's had a big dump all day. So sooner or later, it was going to have a bigger, it was, yeah, whatever. It just didn't work out. That's all. I think on a different day, it would have been the right idea. Just not today. Whatever. There we go again tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Next week. I think hopefully next week I should be able to trade a little bit more days during the open and stuff like that, have a bit more freedom with it. So we'll see what happens.